After revolutionizing the space race and electric cars, the world's richest man is now promising a Twitter makeover.
Elon Musk's name invariably sparks a sense of wonder. He stands at the intersection of ambitious entrepreneurship, pioneering technology, and pop culture celebrity. Although his innovations and business maneuvers often take center stage, they also draw attention to the great personal fortune he has accumulated. His wealth places him among the planet's most influential individuals, and the idea of peeking into what that lifestyle entails is irresistible for many. Most people know that those with vast financial resources can afford everything from posh residences to private aircraft and one-of-a-kind experiences. Yet Musk's approach is anything but typical, revealing a life that seems awash with contradictions. He's known for grandiose projects, bold statements, and extraordinary power, yet he has also been reported to have cut ties with traditional manifestations of opulence. Such contrasts deepen the sense of intrigue that surrounds him. However, it would be a mistake to conclude that his wealth is not reflected in his day-to-day experiences. What sets him apart is how selectively and strategically he channels his resources to serve his larger mission of reshaping civilization's technological trajectory. This intricate mixture of indulgence and purpose has carved a unique path for him, revealing a lifestyle that is as extraordinary as the man himself. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. He was born in South Africa and displayed a voracious appetite for knowledge from an early age, devouring books and teaching himself programming as a child. Through a blend of raw brilliance and relentless determination, he eventually made his way to Canada and the United States. As his ambitions grew, he immersed himself in the world of startups, beginning with Zip2, an online city guide that sold for over $300 million in the late 1990s. That early success laid the financial groundwork for X.com, which later became PayPal. The PayPal sale to eBay in 2002 provided him with a major windfall, catapulting him into a new realm of possibility. While many entrepreneurs might have settled into a life of comfort at that point, Musk was only just getting started. He used the PayPal proceeds to spark even bigger dreams, launching SpaceX and co-founding Tesla. As Tesla's success soared and SpaceX landed lucrative government contracts, his fortune surged on a scale that was once unfathomable. For those fascinated by tangible tokens of wealth, the reality of being a billionaire can be difficult to wrap one's mind around. Musk's net worth has soared into the tens of billions, occasionally even surpassing 200 billion depending on stock valuations. Such colossal figures make it nearly impossible for the average person to imagine the scale of his resources. At various points, he was crowned the richest or second richest person on Earth. Though the daily fluctuations of Tesla stock and his other ventures mean that titles change hands, he remains in an exclusive club where people measure net worth not in millions, but in the upper echelons of billions. This translates into the sort of spending power that can transform personal whims into reality, almost on command. If a particular technology, service, or extravagance doesn't yet exist, he might simply commission its creation or buy a company that can develop it. This unique capability allows him to craft a lifestyle tailored around his visionary pursuits. Among the staples of a billionaire's portfolio is real estate. For years, Musk amassed a collection of properties in California, investing in multiple mansions in the high-end neighborhoods of Los Angeles. These grand homes featured panoramic views, sprawling acreage, and the latest in luxury amenities, from movie theaters to gourmet kitchens and swimming pools. One residence could have satisfied the lavish needs of an entire family, yet he purchased multiple estates that collectively cost tens of millions of dollars. The reasons behind these acquisitions could range from privacy and exclusivity to the excitement of owning architectural marvels. People associate this kind of property accumulation with a typical billionaire's appetite for comfort and status symbols. However, Musk's case took an unexpected turn. He declared that he no longer wished to own any property, claiming he was freeing himself from the material attachments that often come with extreme wealth. He even started divesting most of these mansions, publicly announcing on social media that he would sell them. Some saw this decision as a publicity stunt, while others viewed it as an authentic attempt to demonstrate that his resources were better spent fueling ambitious projects aimed at shaping the future of humanity. Regardless of the reasoning, that abrupt pivot added another layer of fascination. reinforcing the idea that his relationship with luxury is both fluid and strategic. While letting go of those prestigious estates, he has been reported to live in places far more modest than what one might expect from a billionaire. While stories circulated about him staying in a small, relatively humble home near the SpaceX launch facility in Boca Chica, Texas, sometimes described as a prefabricated house. Whether this is his full-time living situation or one of his rotating dwellings, the narrative struck many as remarkable. The concept of one of the world's wealthiest people residing in such a simple structure clashed head-on with the typical assumptions about billionaire comfort. But that's the enigma of Musk's lifestyle. Despite the appearances that he maintains a minimalistic residential footprint, one glimpse at his other expenditures or possessions underscores that he indeed lives in a very different sphere than the average individual. The modest house in Texas may speak to his preference for proximity to engineering labs rather than conventional symbols of wealth, but it's only one fragment of a multifaceted existence. Beyond real estate, private travel is a central dimension of a billionaire's life. Commercial flights are an inconvenience at best for individuals who measure their time in multi-million-dollar increments. Musk's private jets, most notably the Gulfstream series, have become an essential element of his schedule. For a man juggling Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company, Neuralink, and various other initiatives, there's no room for delays and layovers. His flights crisscross continents, shifting from a Tesla factory in Nevada to a speaking engagement in Germany, or from SpaceX in Texas to Twitter's headquarters in San Francisco. The interiors of these jets are outfitted for both comfort and work, ensuring that he can remain as productive in the air as he is on the ground. Plush seating, state-of-the-art communication systems, and a personalized in-flight environment allow him to conduct meetings or rest between high-pressure engagements. These planes can cost tens of millions of dollars to purchase, with significant annual operating expenses on top, but for Musk, it's simply part of the infrastructure required to synchronize his numerous pursuits. Cars form another part of his lifestyle. Although he is the visionary behind Tesla, known for electric vehicles that aim to redefine the automotive industry, his appreciation for cars extends beyond the brand he helms. Over the years, he's owned a variety of high-end automobiles, including a classic Ford Model T once gifted to him, and a Lotus Esprit that appeared in a James Bond film. He famously purchased that Esprit submarine car at an auction, likely as a nod to the whimsical side of his character that merges technology and fantasy. Still, Tesla's high-performance models, particularly the Roadster, are integral to his identity. He's frequently seen showcasing Tesla's capabilities, accelerating from 0 to 60 in astonishingly short times, reminding the world that electric vehicles can be more than eco-friendly solutions. They can also be luxurious high-performance machines. It's an advantage unique to someone at his level. He shapes the products he wants to drive and can mold the entire automotive industry's future to match his vision, all while indulging a love for engineering masterpieces. Luxury, though, is not solely about possessions for a figure like Musk. It's also about experiences. Exclusive dinners with celebrities, private events featuring global leaders, and behind-the-scenes tours of cutting-edge facilities all figure into the ongoing tapestry of his life. He might spend an evening in an intimate setting discussing future Mars colonization plans with scientists and space enthusiasts, then the next day fly to an invite-only event hosted by fellow tech moguls. Access is a major part of a billionaire's realm, and Musk's circle includes heads of state, well-known entertainers, and some of the most important business executives in the world. This network allows him to accomplish tasks that would take others months or years of planning, from quickly securing high-profile collaborations to finding immediate audiences for his bold visions. The nature of his dinners and social gatherings might have less to do with caviar-laden glitz and more to do with forging alliances for the next big venture, but they remain an integral expression of power and privilege. Events on the grandest scale can be part of the billionaire circuit, and Musk is no exception. He has been known to appear at high-profile galas such as the Met Gala, sometimes wearing ensembles that spark conversation as widely as his business decisions. These star-studded nights are a glamorous realm where Hollywood actors, fashion designers, and industry moguls collide. When he attends, he brings a dash of futuristic flair, often accompanied by a partner whose style complements the event's theme and stirs headlines across the media landscape. Such appearances tie him to the broader world of celebrity culture, ensuring that coverage of his life extends beyond business or technology reporting. Social media further amplifies these glimpses, feeding a public craving for any sign of extravagance or spectacle. Where he sits, who he chats with, and how he frames the evening in tweets become hot topics, building the mythos around him. Philanthropy, too, is a dimension often associated with wealthy lifestyles. Musk has donated to causes related to renewable energy research, artificial intelligence safety, and humanitarian efforts. While some critics argue that he could contribute far more and question the transparency of his philanthropic channels, his perspective on giving appears to be intertwined with his ultimate mission for humanity. Funding research on AI safety, for instance, stems from a desire to ensure that advanced technologies serve the common good. Investing in climate solutions is in harmony with Tesla's core goal of accelerating sustainable energy. These philanthropic endeavors reflect a particular approach to giving. It's less about conventional charity for immediate relief, though he has engaged in such efforts, and more about fueling the kind of scientific and technological progress he believes will raise living standards for everyone over the long term. Some see this as a shrewd approach to philanthropy, aligning it with his disruptive ambitions. Others question whether this type of philanthropy is enough in a world filled with urgent human crises. Regardless, it is undeniable that his wealth enables him to steer millions, if not billions, into research and initiatives that might otherwise stall. Another essential element of his lifestyle centers on intellectual quests. With so much capital at his disposal, he can bankroll projects many would label as science fiction. From rewriting space travel through reusable rocket technology to conceptualizing Hyperloop transit systems that zip passengers between cities at unbelievable speeds, he has the freedom to explore ideas beyond conventional boundaries. This intellectual autonomy is a luxury in its own right, made possible by massive personal and corporate resources. He can assemble top-tier engineering teams, acquire specialized facilities, and commission new manufacturing processes on a whim. Even if these ventures sometimes feel quixotic, he has turned more than a few into tangible realities. The enormous risk tolerance stems from both his visionary spirit and the financial buffer that a billionaire status provides. If something fails, he has a fortress of capital to absorb the loss or at least mitigate the consequences, allowing him to pivot toward the next possibility without losing too much momentum. Time, ironically, is both a luxury and a scarcity in Elon Musk's life. Given the relentless pace of his activities, one could imagine that every moment is earmarked for pressing obligations. Consequently, he's often described as a workaholic, pulling all-nighters and demanding the same stamina from those around him. This aspect is a stark contrast to the stereotypical billionaire's relaxed schedule filled with leisure. While he undoubtedly could afford the most sumptuous vacations, his public image suggests that downtime is not a priority. Still, that does not mean he has no moments of enjoyment. Such personal interludes might take the form of a late-night session playing video games or watching anime, passions he's occasionally acknowledged. Yet even these breaks tend to be fleeting. Travel itineraries, product launches, and media appearances seem to define his calendar, leaving room for speculation about what kind of personal life he has in the background. The ability to compress an extreme amount of work into each day is one reason behind his staggering output. To him, that's a luxury, being able to command an environment where everyone else flexes around his schedule. Romantic relationships enter the spotlight for a figure so deeply entrenched in public fascination. Over the years, he has been involved with several high-profile partners, including actress Tallulah Riley, musician Grimes, and other notable names. These relationships unfold under intense scrutiny, offering glimpses into a part of his life that's both personal and inevitably shaped by his public status. Extravagant gifts, luxurious getaways, and appearances at elite events can be part of that narrative, though details often remain guarded. The combination of wealth, fame, and Musk's intense personality can turn romantic pairings into media spectacles. Paparazzi photos, social media updates, and tabloid headlines merge to create the sense that everything about him, from corporate announcements to personal milestones, becomes a matter of global intrigue. Fans and skeptics alike analyze every clue they can gather, seeing these relationships as either genuine or as elaborate displays in line with his public persona. Still, it's undeniable that the resources at his disposal can transform courtship and family life in ways unimaginable to the average person. Children also occupy a significant portion of his personal universe. He is the father of multiple children, including some with somewhat unusual names that underscore his fascination with technology and the future. Raising a family while steering cutting-edge companies across different sectors is no small feat. The large staff at his beck and call likely helps manage daily tasks that would overwhelm an ordinary parent. Yet, the complexities of fatherhood and the demands of a global business empire cannot be fully mitigated by staff or wealth. That tension emerges in the public eye whenever news surfaces about how he balances fatherhood with his professional ambitions. Musk often portrays himself as an involved parent, and pictures or stories occasionally circulate showing him with his children. The resources he invests in his children's education or extracurricular pursuits might be extraordinary, ranging from private tutoring options to custom-tailored experiences that broaden their horizons in ways most people can only imagine. Still, within this swirl of privilege, he may also grapple with the all-too-human challenges of connecting meaningfully with loved ones amidst a relentless schedule. Media platforms, especially Twitter, which he famously acquired, act as both a hobby and a powerful amplifier of his public presence. It's there that he shares musings, cracks jokes, and even reveals business updates that can disrupt entire markets. Having the world's attention at his fingertips is a luxury that few possess at his scale, but it also comes with responsibility and potential pitfalls. Sometimes the tweets are playful references to his love of pop culture. Other times they can rattle stocks, spark political debate, or fuel fan enthusiasm for upcoming innovations. While the average billionaire might employ a carefully curated social media strategy via a public relations team, Musk tends to be more direct, sometimes impulsively so. The entire system of wealth, influence, and media synergy is on full display. He can buy companies to enact his visions, transform entire industries through a tweet, and command the news cycle simply by typing 280 characters. This type of immediate sweeping impact is a hallmark of a billionaire lifestyle in the digital age, illustrating how money and access to communication channels work together to shape narratives on a global scale. Part of being a high-profile billionaire is hosting or attending events that serve both as entertainment and strategic opportunities. Musk might throw a party for the launch of a new Tesla model or SpaceX milestone. Unlike most corporate celebrations, these gatherings can be outlandish spectacles, featuring cutting-edge technology demos, interactive exhibits, and celebrity performances. He reportedly once held a costume party at a home that contained secret passageways and hidden rooms, reminiscent of a movie set. The choice to incorporate immersive or futuristic themes is an extension of his branding. These events are not just about letting loose, they become part of the marketing machine that propels his ventures. People invited to these celebrations may include tech luminaries, prominent scientists, celebrity fans, and influencers whose social media posts can generate even more buzz. It's a savvy move that demonstrates the synergy between personal luxury and business acumen. The scene is meticulously designed to capture the public's imagination, blending the exclusive allure of a billionaire's personal sphere with a promotional strategy for whatever new product or idea he's championing. One of the more overt expressions of Musk's grandiose dreams and capacity for indulgence is the development of SpaceX's private space travel. While the company is focused on NASA contracts, satellite launches, and colonizing Mars, there's also the dimension of space tourism. Ultimately, Musk envisions a future where traveling beyond Earth isn't limited to professional astronauts. Instead, he imagines thousands, if not millions of people eventually venturing into orbit or beyond. For those with sufficient means, a SpaceX journey could become the ultimate luxury trip. The prospect of suborbital or orbital tours taps into an experience so rare that only a handful of billionaires have tasted it so far. If Musk has his way, his lifestyle of pushing the boundaries will extend to making space accessible to more people, albeit initially at a very high price point. It's a vision that merges commerce, spectacle, and curiosity about humanity's ultimate frontier. Should these plans come to fruition on a larger scale, they would stand as the ultimate testament to a luxury lifestyle that transcends the Earth itself. Social responsibility and controversies sometimes go hand in hand with a public figure of Musk's stature. The decision to operate factories non-stop, to push employees relentlessly to meet production goals, or to make off-the-cuff remarks that stir chaos, all highlight that being an ultra-rich magnate doesn't free one from ethical scrutiny. The labor conditions in Tesla factories, the environmental impact of space launches, the energy consumption of crypto ventures he has supported, these all spark debates about the real costs of his undertakings. Some critics argue that while his personal brand and lifestyle reflect a forward-thinking, innovative approach, the practicality and ethics of expansion at such speed raise important questions. Others focus on the aspects of his leadership that seem unorthodox and occasionally volatile. The luxury to act decisively without immediate repercussions is evident in some of his decisions, but that same freedom can run into public backlash. As a billionaire, he can weather many storms that would devastate less capitalized entrepreneurs. In the end, the controversies add layers to his public image and highlight the tension between a lavish, unencumbered existence and the accountability demanded by stakeholders and the general public. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk's billionaire lifestyle? Do you think he enjoys it? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.